Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are today. I hope you're all well. Sorry Dagul's Digest hasn't been ever present this week. I've got Brad Matthews here with me, so it's been a bit crazy out and about everywhere. So expect a lot more next week and every day when I'm back in London. This time next week I will be home. But I had to do one today. It's a very special day today. Today's digest has nothing to do with the investment, nothing to do with Levy, nothing to do with Conte, nothing to do with the players, but it's all about wishing my footballing hero the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Paul Gazza Gascoigne, a very happy birthday. May it be a fantastic day and a phenomenal year ahead to what is, to me, no one will ever come close to touching this man when it comes to footballing ability, footballing talent and everything that goes along with it. He is, to think we got him for £2 million, some say 2.2, £2 million, which was then a British record transfer fee. He may have only been with us for a short time, but my word, what a player. He was the player that I got to see for, I caught the tail end, the very, very tail end of Hoddle, but got to see all of Gazza. And my very first Spurs game I went to was a Gazza game, a 4-0 win against Tranmere Rovers in the Littlewoods Cup, I think it was called then. After my dad had said when we were either 2-0 up or 2-0 down at Tranmere it wasn't even the first leg, in their game, in the tie, and with 10 minutes left he goes, if this becomes a 2-2 draw, I'll take you to the game. And within 10 minutes the other team, I can't remember who it was, we were either 2-0 down or 2-0 up. Well, they scored 2 and I got to see Gazza for the first time, and I saw him many a time in the Spurs shirt. And in England shirt, and I'll come on to England shortly, or nearer the end. But when people say this guy is worth the entry fee alone, nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing could be more deemed correct than him. I would have paid, or my dad, even me at the time, if I was at an age where I would have paid double the money to see him. When this man got the ball, people were at the edge of their seats. They just knew magic was around the corner. They just knew it. For someone of his stature and his physique, who was a little bit overweight for a footballer, or for then, or a modern day footballer, the power, pace, skill, the passes this guy could put on, the free kicks that were deadly. There could be 3 people around him, and like that, he was in complete open field. He was just breathtaking to see. There's so many moments. I mean, silly moments with Gazza in a Spurs shirt on the pitch. This is on the pitch. I can remember him scoring his first goal against Arsenal without a boot. He was actually meant to have his debut at home to Coventry, but our West Ham wasn't fixed. So his first game was at home to Newcastle. Away to Newcastle, where we just bought him. The second game was at North London Derby, where he scored without a boot. I remember him taking on 3 or 4 players. Someone had just won a free kick. I think it was Paul Stewart. And Paul Stewart was on the floor. And he was gently kicking him to get up, just so he could get to give him the ball. And he got the ball and took on 4 players. Didn't lead to anything. But then there's a funny story of Peter Shelton. Now, people may not have seen this game, but he scored a hat-trick. And 2 of them were just outstanding free kicks, especially the second one. And there's a funny story with it where Paul Gascoigne was away with England duty beforehand. And the England team all got mobile phones, when mobile phones were just coming out. And he said to Peter Shilton, "Do you know what, Peter? Put your mobile phone in the goal, and if I get a free kick, I'll phone you to tell you where I'm going to put it." And they joked about, and he got 2 free kicks. And he scored 2 free kicks. And as he's running off celebrating the 3rd goal, you can see him laughing. And that's why he's laughing, because he was just thinking non-stop, I wish I'd called Peter Shilton, or that story. But the main season for him was, when you want to talk about not a one-man team, because it's not a nice thing to say, but a one-man team. Even with Gary Lineker, when the 1990-91 season, when we were about to go bankrupt, Paul Gascoigne single-handedly got us to that FA Cup final. Single-handedly. He set up a goal for Paul Stewart in the 1-0 win against Blackpool. He was then at my synagogue for the Oxford game, because his agent, his son, who was in my Jewish youth club, was getting bar mitzvahed. So during the day, Gazza came, and you've never seen so many people at a synagogue ever in your life. It was like 3 to a seat. And the rabbi even said, when it came to the rabbi's sermon, "Well, what a big crowd we have today. Maybe I should get Paul Gascoigne to do the sermon." And Paul Gascoigne got up to do it, and the rabbi was like, no, sit down, sit down. But all in good jest. And then he had to leave early to go play Oxford. And he set up 2 and he scored 2. And one of the goals, there's a bit where it goes, the crowd were getting frustrated that the attack isn't going anywhere. Gascoigne's got the ball. They're pleased with that, because it really is going somewhere. And within 3-4 seconds, the ball's in the back of the net, taking on 4 players, or 1-2 with Paul Walsh. Portsmouth away, 1 goal down. And then it's John Motson commentating, and he scores a wonderful header. And the pitch was atrocious, absolutely atrocious. But then he just, pure skill. It's brilliant, it's absolutely brilliant. With what he does on the ball, it's just unbelievable. Then Notts County, where he made a mistake in the first goal, gave a goal away, but scored the winning goal. Then he had to have a hernia operation and surprise everyone coming back for Arsenal. Well, we all know what happened in that 10 minutes. Is Gascoigne going to have a crack? He is, you know. Oh, I say, that is schoolboy's own stuff. Oh, I bet even he can't believe it. Is there anything left for this young man to surprise us? Seaman, that is one of the greatest free kicks that this stadium has ever seen. David Seaman got his hand, couldn't reach. Spurs have the lead. Paul Gascoigne, the scorer. Commentary pretty much word for word. I may have got a couple of lines there on the spot wrong, but it's pretty much word for word. And then we all know, I mean, he set up a devastating 1-2, and that's right, a devastating 1-2 with, I think it's Paul Allen, and Mitchell Thomas is still trying to find Paul Gascoigne. He literally, I've never seen anything like it for a 1-2. He made Mitchell Thomas look like those memes and gifs of John Travolta, like, where'd he go? It's incredible. Just watch it. If you want to see a devastating 1-2, that's where you go. So yeah, that was it. And then we all know what happened in the FA Cup final. I was talking with Bob Spur today, because me and him could talk about Gaz for ages. And he should have been sent off for the Gary Parker challenge. He wasn't. He clearly was not right in the head for that game. And then he made the terrible tackle on Gary Charles, and that's when his knee imploded. And a lot of trouble started for Gazza from then. A lot of trouble. Injuries. He's moved to Lazio, didn't go to plan. Obviously did well at Rangers, but I just want to talk about Tottenham today. And England, sir. With England, I had the absolute honour, blessing and privilege of being there for the Scotland game, where he looped the ball over where he looped the ball over Colin Hendry and smashed it past Andy Gorham. I watched the Gazza documentary on his club, watched every single one, and I strongly urge everyone for Tottenham features, watch, it's on YouTube, Gazza, The Real Me. Type it into YouTube and just watch the brilliance of him, and leave a comment at the end saying that you've watched it and what you thought of it. Let me know. Once you've digested that documentary. But as I was saying, that England game, especially after the dentist chair and everything that happened, he put on a performance. The Switzerland game was awful for everyone, and Gazza took a brunt of abuse. Obviously not from me, never will, never have, never will, whichever way you want to look at it. But then, yeah, that goal, and then he was instrumental against Holland. He's just a superstar. Urge you to watch Gazza's greatest moments on YouTube, because you'll see him do things with the football on pitches nothing like the carpets today. His passing, I mean, I remember, sorry, I'll go one more England game. This is way before. How can I talk England when it's not Italia 90? So, the game I actually wanted to talk about was the pre-match before Italia 90 and the squad was made. He played against Czechoslovakia, or England played against Czechoslovakia. England won 4-2, and Gazza had a hand in all 4 goals. 2 for Steve Ball. One of them, you want to see an outstep of the foot pass with deadly effect? Go watch it. Steve Ball goes on, half volleys it right into the roof of the net. Then he goes down the byline, takes on 2 or 3 players, pinpoint cross for Steve Ball to head in again. And I can't remember who scored the 3rd goal, but he has something to do with it. And then the 4th goal, he just gets away from about 4 people and smashes it in the roof of the net. The commentator says Gazza doesn't seem to have pace, but he seems to get away from people. And it goes over to Bobby Robson, and Bobby Robson is just going, that is fantastic. And Bobby Robson loved him. And then obviously Italia 90. Italia 90, you'll never see a youngster devastate a World Cup like this man. He single-handed, again, I keep saying single-handedly, but there were some great players there, but it was all Gazza. He annihilated the Dutch. He tormented the Egyptians. He battered the Cameroons. I've left out before the Cameroons. His little chip pass for David Platt's volley for the Belgian game. He 2 passes to Lineker for the Cameroon game. And then obviously the Germany with the tears, where again he was sensational until that moment. Just a shame that he only got to play in the one World Cup. A crying shame, because England didn't make USA 94 and Hoddle stupidly left him out at 98. Crying shame for the world. But another couple of stories about Gazza. I was lucky, I've got to meet him on many occasions. And one of them was when I used to work at Harrods, and I was in the sports department, and people that have been to Harrods, you know, it's so big, but you walk through little arches, and it's a different room each time. And I was on the sports section working the sports floor, and I was in the golf department. And obviously if someone famous or a hot woman or a hot guy came in, people were like, oh look. And someone came over to me and was like, Brian, look at that woman, look how hot she is. And I was like, guys, you do know who that is, don't you? I was like, no. I was like, that's Cheryl Gascoigne. If she's here, that must mean... And as I was about to say it, he walked right past me. And I thought I said it very, very quietly. Well, I actually shouted, oh my God, I love you. And he just looked at me and went, Tottenham Hotspur fan? I went, yep. He goes, come with me. And I was actually his personal shopper for all around the sports floor. Just such a incredible guy off the camera. Incredible guy. And people know, obviously, I have a very, very big connection with Gazza. Not through Spurs, or obviously through Spurs and my love for him, but we share a demon in alcoholism. And Gazza has fought this long and hard, and has had a few very, very, very close calls, and we've all seen the sad things with him. We've all seen what it's been doing to him, but thankfully at the moment I believe he's clean. The way the media hounded him, bugged his phones, made him fall out with his family, it is just awful, awful. So my connection to Gazza is more than football. It's more than football. It's knowing what dealing with alcoholism is like. But obviously he has to deal with it in the spotlight, whereas I don't. And Gazza, I love you with all my heart. And I've tried to reach out to you on many occasions to say we share the same addiction. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to get you on the channel. It's my dream to have a sit down chat with you. I would do anything for that privilege. But yeah, just Gazza the Joker. We all know. I don't want to end on a sad note, but Gazza the Joker, the ostrich in the training ground. When he said the ball got kicked over the training ground, the old training ground where it was at Coptal, and it went into a garden, and he turned up 24 hours later saying, "I found it," because he'd been on a bender. There's just wonderful, wonderful stories about him, and just a wonderful, wonderful player. And I wish him nothing but health, happiness, love, laughter. Thank you, Gazza, for the memories that I will never ever forget and cherish. And as I said at the beginning, no one, and I do mean no one, will ever take your place as Spurs #1 for me. You are a legend. You are one of the reasons I love football the amount I do. And just, I wish you every success for the future. And I hope everyone else could share the love for Gazza in the comments. And also, because I will respond to them as I always do, put in your favourite Gazza moment. And if there's any documentaries or programmes you recommend, let me know. I've just watched the BBC one about him, and it's just such a crying shame. Crying shame. But any other documentaries, let me know. But also I want to hear your favourite Gazza goals, your favourite Gazza moments, your favourite Gazza quirky moments, your happy birthday messages to Gazza. I want the comments on the YouTube comments after the stream to be filled with love for Paul Gazza Gascoigne, because he is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you from all the guys at Tottenham On Tour for your incredible support. We love you all. Happy birthday, Gazza.